It is a cold and windy day, which is why I'm in my car and my hair's a mess. I am going to try to go to the zoo though, because it's a shame to come here and not go to the Virginia Zoo, the zoo for all of Virginia.
It started to rain though as I finished my lunch, which was, by the way, excellent, leftover Thai and Indian food from the day before. So I decided to visit the herbal pharmacy on the way out, and that's pharmacy spelled with an F, about the largest selection of herbs I've ever seen in one place. And I got to talk to the owner for a long time. He was really nice. It was really interesting and informative. And while I was in there, the sun came out, so I got to go to the zoo after all. First thing, I went to the gift shop and got this hat because it was so cold and windy out. I know it looks funny, but hey, I was warm. The zoo is small, but it's laid out very nicely. This made me think of a friend of mine that collects globes, map globes, of course. I don't know where she would put it, though. I mean, it is kind of big, but I thought it would make a nice addition. Then I went to the Virginia Barnyard exhibit and was just wandering around when suddenly, birds! Ah, that was interesting. And I went to see the peacocks, and there they were again! They had guinea hogs, and chickens, and goats, and of course, a scarecrow. The bistro was closed. A main pastime for the animals seemed to be sunning themselves. I decided to give it a try. I liked it. The gardens were blooming.
These are some of my favorite plants. I don't even know what they're called, or I keep forgetting, but I love the color. This gives meaning to the term riotous effusion of color.
This, of course, is the rose garden, and then I found more animals.
It's so cute.
Yeah?
Are you bored?
Ah.
His sweaty feet, he's cleaning it up. You're cute as a button.
This is a pancake turtle.
His mouth is kind of open. He looks like he's smiling. Hey! The king and his queen.
The lions were beautiful and majestic, of course, but I really enjoyed watching the giraffes. They stalked up and down, back and forth, like models on a runway. I noticed the ostrich in with the giraffes, but that was okay because evidently giraffes eat grass. Look at that tongue. That is a long tongue.
Ooh, hey.
The stripes on these animals reminded me of the icing stripes on an energy bar, so I knew I was hungry. I ate on the way to St. Paul's Episcopal Church. I don't know why it surprised me that the churchyard is a graveyard. Of course it would be. The church itself is beautiful, and they always leave the light on for you. There's a lot of history here. The church got hit by a cannonball on January 1st, 1776. This area of the city is extremely noisy. I dimmed the background noise, but the place itself is very still. I realized that this flowering bush had the only flowers I'd seen in the whole place, except for this that someone had brought. Even the playground is a graveyard. I thought this mosaic bench was beautiful, and they had this figurine of what I assume is St. Francis of Assisi. On the way out, there were police on segways, and when I go back, I want to see the Baptist church. I headed home into the setting sun. When we were young, my sister and I used to try to hold our breath going through the tunnel, but since I was driving, I decided not to. It had been a while since I'd been through a tunnel of this length, and it hit me there really is a light at the end of the tunnel that gets bigger and brighter, and I realized that as you go through that light, there's just highway on the other side. Yes, I drove off into the sunset toward home and my 20-year reunion.